Is going through your partner's phone an acceptable practice now? A few younger folks have told me they do this. I'm in my 40s. And I see posts about this on Reddit all the time. Of just going through your boyfriend or girlfriend's phone looking for evidence of cheating. This is horrifying to me. It's so invasive, but it seems shockingly common. I work with a number of domestic violence organizations, and one of the pieces of advice we give to people is to make sure your partner doesn't have access to your phone or email because it's used so often for stalking and abuse. Edit. Wow, this is a lot of comments thanking everyone for all the responses and some awards. It's been really lovely reading all of the comments from people in happy and healthy relationships, who have reasonable relationships with technology. As a young person, 23, I didn't realize how common it was until I considered getting seriously into the dating game. And it's kinda concerning to me too. Especially as someone who grew up in an abusive home, no privacy. It takes a lot for me to trust someone with my phone. Even just showing them a funny meme. Because I'm scared they'll scroll or something even though I have nothing to hide. But potential partners would probably deem that a red flag. I think some things can be private. And also, how can you build trust anyway if you don't give people a chance? I'm in my 40s. It would be weird if my wife started going through my phone. I've got nothing to hide, but I wouldn't allow it. If she has resorted to going through my phone to check if I'm cheating, then our relationship has some serious issues we need to deal with. Issues that certainly won't be resolved by letting her go through my phone. There are a ton of relationship gurus on TikTok and other socials. They preach the phone drop test and almost encourage it. There is another TikToker whose entire shtick is approaching random couples on the street and asks if they want to do a challenge. The challenge is they each trade phones and get to look through whatever they want. I'm 24 and my boyfriend is 26. We've been dating for 8 years. We've had access to each other's phones since very early on. Not in a controlling way. But more convenience, I guess. We live together now and we use each other's phones all the time. Sometimes my phone is charging and he gives me his to play or stay on social media and so on. I don't look through his phone in a snooping way when I have it. Sometimes I look at pictures to send to my phone. Sometimes someone is texting calling him and he asks me to check who it is and vice versa. I'm early 60s. My wife and I have been together. Girlfriend married for 43 years. So very pre-smartphone. I don't get stuff out of her handbag or purse, just hand them to her. So the phone is definitely out of bounds. I don't let people do this. 23M. If they ask, it's a red flag. My spouse and I have each other's passcodes to everything. Occasionally I'll read his messages or he will read mine when we're looking for something double. Checking a date or time for an APPT, etc. Neither of us have anything to hide. Not really, but people always been trying to peep through phones. It's not a new trend. I'm 20. Never went through my girlfriend's phone until 2 nights ago. We have been together for 2 years. I had a hunch and I found texts of her cheating on me. I'm not saying it's right. But I had suspicions and they were confirmed. I'm 32. My husband has my passcode to open my phone for one of the kids or if he needs to call his own phone when he can't find it and vice versa. I trust him not to be stalking my life and I wouldn't do it to him either. Because we trust each other. As spouses should. Too many people go in these days with exit strategies already prepped. I've been married for decades. My husband and I have each other's passwords. We could go through each other's phones, but it would be super boring. That's how it should be. If couples trust each other, then freely allowing each other access seems normal to me. But if someone's looking for evidence of cheating, I'd say the trust isn't there. In my 40s, wife has my code and is welcome to use my phone anytime she wants, however she wants. My daughter also has my code and is welcome to use my phone at any time. They both would normally ask. But if I was not in the room, they would just use it. I simply don't care. Even if a friend borrowed my phone for a call or text and said, "I'm going to look at your photos," as a joke, I would say, okay, as it would not bother me at all. I caught my ex-wife and my best friend cheating behind my back by going through her phone when I had some very good reasons to worry something sketchy was happening. I realize this is an ends justifies the means situation. So I think it definitely should be reserved for very rare and serious situations. Sorry. Hard limit. It's personal property. I had an ex install spyware. Then when I reset my phone, she tried tracking through the phone number. BTW. Turns out she was cheating. She had serious control issues. You can be a 10. But if you demand to go through my phone, it's over. My spouse has full access to my phone. If I wanted to get up to nefarious deeds and not have him find out, I'd use my desktop. My wife and I can look at each other's phones, but we don't respect each other's privacy. But chances are we're not cheating on anything but our diets. Young people are so accustomed to being surveilled at all times that it probably doesn't seem as weird to them as it does to people like us. Not that we have all this crazy stuff to hide, but it's just the nature of how we grew up. The idea is that if you trust your partner completely, you should have no issue letting them go through your phone. What they miss is that a partner who trusts you completely would never ask in the first place. God, no, that's just what an abusive control freak would do. Mid-40s and my partners always have access to my phone for whatever. If they wanna send an email, text, or feeling a bit insecure and wanna make sure I'm not doing anything I shouldn't, it's cool. It's always been like this for me, so I don't think twice about it. I used to go through my ex's phone because I was paranoid that she was cheating and I was too immature to care about violating boundaries. She did eventually cheat on me, but I didn't find out from her phone. She actually confessed it to me. Now I like to think that I have learned my lesson, but if you put my back into the same situation, I'm not sure that I would be able to bring myself to do anything differently. So no, I don't think it should be acceptable or normalized. But it is tempting if you are very untrusting and don't have the discipline morals to stop yourself. I'm in my 30s and also confused about people going through each other's phones. I've never considered going through a partner's phone. But also I've never been with someone who hides their phone from me. I just leave my phone out and unlocked all the time at home. My partner still asks if they can use it first if you suspect someone of cheating, and if it keeps happening, get introspective. You're either too suspicious or picking the wrong people. I don't think it's acceptable. It's a huge invasion of privacy and a sign of a complete lack of trust in your partner. And if you trust your partner so little, then why are you with them? I see people act like getting caught cheating via snooping is an equal exchange. I think cheating is worse than snooping. If someone is always snooping, that's another thing though.